I know how hard it is to become a professional photographer because I've been there myself many years ago. I was exactly where you might be right now. Full of passion, but also full of doubts and wondering if I was good enough. Every single day, I was wondering if this could even become real. I became a full-time photographer and creative director in London after years of struggle because I didn't even speak English by then. And I did make it happen, and not just that, after achieving it, I wanted to pursue creative freedom, so I learned how to monetize my creative skills online, and now I live in Bali. I tell you this just to show you that if I made it happen, you can do it too. So today, I'm sharing with you 7 habits that you can start applying today. Habits that will completely change how you grow as a photographer this year. They really helped me back then when I had no clue about what I was doing. So if you apply these simple habits, you will slowly, without even noticing, lose the fear of calling yourself a professional photographer. The first one may seem simple, but it's something we all fail, and it's incredibly helpful, which is taking your camera with you everywhere you go. Not the big one, not the heavy one, just any camera. Because the biggest mistake I see photographers make is waiting for the perfect day, the perfect light, the perfect location, the perfect shoot. I did this myself a million times and wasn't shooting enough. Now I don't go anywhere without a camera with me. Photography isn't practiced only on big shoots. It's practiced in random daily moments like this. You don't need to take the best photos that day. When you carry a camera with you, you stop pressuring yourself to be perfect, and you start allowing yourself to practice and grow slowly.
And the second, which is very linked to the first one, would be to remove frictions. I don't even know how many times I procrastinate because I had to do a whole new YouTube setup, or maybe I had to charge my batteries, or I don't have the camera in hand because I have it in a backpack somewhere. If you remove the frictions, you're gonna be surprised how much more you're going to pick your camera. And for example, I have the Ricoh. I did a whole video about it because this way I would bring the camera with me all the time. I have the Sony a7R5, I have the Sony a7C II, but of course, I don't want to carry with me that every day. Today I'm going for a morning walk, like it's my kind of fitness. I go to the gym, sometimes I go for a walk. I'm freaking dying, by the way, because it's so humid and it's like 30 degrees right now. Anyway, if you remove the frictions and you have like a smaller camera, and please remember, we all have a phone, so you don't have a small camera and you don't want to buy a new one like I did with the Ricoh, you can shoot with your phone. We forget about it, and all the phones are good enough to at least practice a little bit. Framing, angles, and mostly to see. You have to teach yourself to see, because many times we go for a walk, for instance, like I'm doing, and we don't pay attention. Personally, I do because I'm very used to it. I've been doing this for 15 years. But yeah, this is a great way for you to learn to see, to shoot, to frame, and to get better. And then you can take your big camera other day, and if you don't have a big camera, you will get there. We all started with nothing. It takes time. Whew. I'm going uphill, that's why I'm dying here. I had to sit down because it's boiling. Super humid. I love recording outdoors because, come on, look at how beautiful my background is. I love it. So the next thing I really want you to do is practice something creative every single day. It doesn't have to be for an hour, for 2 hours. It doesn't have to be long, okay? I know you may have a full-time job and you don't have too much time, but it can be as easy as just practicing with your phone at home. I do have a video about this on my channel, how to practice photography at home. Maybe you can go to Pinterest. I'm a big fan of Pinterest, to take photos, just photos. If you're a portrait photographer, go to Pinterest, scroll, take photos and take inspiration. That's something very creative to do as well. You can do it for 5 minutes, even from your sofa, because you can have Pinterest on your phone. I don't know, there are so many ideas, and you can practice creativity every single day. Because many times, if you are a beginner and you are stuck, you feel that you have to do a very big thing and in a very good way to be creative. And this is not true. You get into the flow when you start to do tiny habits every single day. scrolling through Pinterest, Instagram, no in comparing mode, please. Practicing with your phone, going for a walk like I'm doing, and maybe recording little videos in your phone as well. Even if you don't want to do video, because many of you don't want to, that's totally fine, practice a little bit, because it's actually good as well to learn framing and be more creative. But you can do many things like this. It's just tiny habits every single day, what makes all the difference. So yeah, I highly encourage you to do this. I enjoy so much my morning walks because even though I do it for fitness, now I like to record vlogs like this as well, and it's creative, and then I feel happier in the end of the day. It's not just I went for a walk, I was also creative. Okay, I found this place. I need to drink as well, not just sit down. Everything I'm sweating, I need to recover. Wow, I'm dying for this coconut. Oh, so sweet. Wow, best coconut ever. I was dehydrated. So good, plus it's so cold as well. And the views here. This is the reason why I live in Ubud as well. Everyone likes to live in Canggu, which is the busiest area in Bali. All the tourists are there, and for me, it doesn't feel like Bali. This is the real Bali. If you come to Bali, you have to come to Ubud. You won't regret it, trust me. I love that they give you a spoon to actually eat the coconut as well. So good. It has a lot of meat. That was the best coconut of my entire life. Oh my God, I was very thirsty. It was super sweet and the views were incredible, super nice. Okay, let's come back to it. The next habit, and please do this because social media should be social, right? So I know many of us don't engage with each other. I mean, now I engage a lot, to be honest. But before I was just scrolling. Don't do that. Be social. In Bali, for example, we have many WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups. You can get together with other creatives. Oh my God, this is getting bright. There you go. You can get together with other creatives and go to take photos. So check if you can find Facebook groups in your town or in your city, because many times you're going to meet many people online. Now I get together with people I met on Instagram with other creatives, and this is amazing. And this is how it has to be done. Not just scrolling, watching people and not connecting with them. So please use social media to be social and connect with other creatives. Excuse the roosters. I don't know how many roosters per square meter are in Bali. It's insane. And in Ubud even more, because it's a very local place in Bali. People say you get used to them. I never did in 2 years. Anyway, the next habit, something I always tell you on my channel, and I will never get tired of it because this is how I get most of my work, is normalizing saying that you are a photographer. I know you have a full-time job, most likely, and you are working in hospitality or in an office. I don't care about your job. When they ask you, what do? You can say what you do for real, full-time, getting paid for it, let's say. But even if you are not getting paid for doing photography, say, I'm also a photographer. Do you know how many people need photos and videos nowadays? We all need content. Every single company, every single brand, every single freelancer. And many times they're going to tell you, are you serious? I actually need a photographer because I'm building this side hustle, for instance. This is an incredible way to grow. And there are many tricks as well. If you feel very like, I don't know, you don't want to say it. I mean, you should say it, please. Practice saying it. That's why it's called a habit. At the beginning, you're gonna feel like an imposter. That's totally normal. Don't say you're a beginner either. You can say, I just started doing photography. And it seems different to say that you are starting to get more and more into photography than saying, I'm just a beginner photographer. Don't say that because people don't like to see that you value your work, even if you are still a beginner. So normalize saying it. And I have a video on my channel that you are going to love if you are an introvert, where I tell you tricks. Because if you don't want to talk too much to people, I mean, if they ask you, of course you're going to answer. But if you don't want to go to networking events or something like that because you are an introvert, go to cafes, camera on hand, put it on the table, order your coffee, and just maybe browse through photos in your camera. You have a camera in your hand. Do you know how many people are curious about it and they're gonna come to you? I don't even know how many times this happens to me because obviously I'm a photographer, I travel solo, but I also record YouTube videos outdoors like today, and people get curious and they come to you. So this is a great way to advertise yourself without having to have a hard time being very social. So check out that video, I'm gonna link it below as well. And I know if you are a beginner, sometimes it's very hard to trust yourself and trust that you are going to get better. So the next habit would be to romanticize the process. This is not a girl's thing. It's basically to don't get discouraged. I don't even know how many of you text me that you are very discouraged and you are frustrated because you feel you are not getting better. It happens to all of us. Be patient. When you are learning a new skill, it doesn't matter which one, it takes time to learn it. So please romanticize the process and don't be frustrated. Compare yourself to yourself instead of comparing yourself to bigger photographers, because you are going to see progress. I promise you that. I was terrible at the beginning as well. And then through the years, I was taking my first photos. Please do this because you're gonna feel more excited. You're gonna be like, okay, actually, now my photos are better than 1 year ago. That's what I want you to do. Because if you go to Instagram, you're gonna feel depressed. I want you to go there to take inspiration. But you compare yourself to bigger photographers. Come on, I live from photography, okay? And I take other photographers and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm rubbish. But I don't take it that way anymore because I know they are in a different path than me and I'm different. I have a different style and I just feel inspired by others. So don't compare yourself to others. Please compare yourself to yourself and embrace the process, embrace the failures and be excited to learn from them. Instead of, oh my God, this photo sucks. I don't know why it's not focused, blah, blah, blah. No. Analyze the photo and be like, okay, what did I do wrong here? It's not focused. Why? Maybe I had to add more shutter speed. That's it. Step by step, you are going to get much better. I promise you that. And to help you, I have a very exciting project coming up. Many of you know about this already because I was texting you personally. I'm creating a new community. It's going to be actually a community where you can actually share your work with me and with other creatives. So you have real feedback from other photographers and creatives and support. Because I was very alone in London when I was doing this and nobody was supporting me with it. So it was very hard for me to judge my own work and it was very hard to don't be able to talk to anyone about it or ask advice about gear or whatever. So I'm building a whole community. I will do in real life meetups as well. This is something you guys have been asking a lot. I live in Bali, but I travel a lot. So I will organize in real life meetups with members of the community. So I think it's gonna be launched in January. I work like crazy. Nobody helps me with anything. So be patient, please. I know you are being, some of you. For now, I'm gonna link below my creative newsletter so you can join because when I launch the community, I'm gonna launch an exclusive discount for becoming a founder of my new premium community. So to be the first one to know, please check the link below and join over there so I can send you everything about it. It's getting cloudy already, it's afternoon, so just on time for the last habit, which would be something I always tell you on my channel as well, and it's learning something new every single day. Can be one tutorial, don't feel overwhelmed, you don't have to do a full course in one day, but you can watch one tutorial or two tutorials while you are chilling at home. I'm a geek about learning and thanks to it, it's why I'm in Bali now, I'm a remote photographer, I have client work, I work with tourism boards, I do hotel collaborations, I can do many things and I've learned everything by myself. So I highly encourage you to keep learning every single day something new. Because in the creative industry, it's insane how much things are changing. 15 years of experience, and every day, I promise you, I block some time to learn something new. And now, with the scary times we are going to face with AI, you have to adapt. And that's another thing I'm gonna be talking about a lot in my new community, because I want you to be ready. I want us to be ready. So we're gonna get together in the community, we're gonna talk about this. I go to many events here in Bali about AI because I don't want to be left behind. And unfortunately, or you adapt or you get forgotten. So I don't want you to go through that. So I'm doing my best to learn everything I can to then teach you as well. Also on my channel, not just in the community. But yeah, I think that's it from today because it's getting very cloudy. I had to take my scooter, come back home, and I don't want to be diving because Ubud normally gets flooded. That's how much it rains in Bali. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet. Mwah. Big love from Bali.